news. PS Ciders export call for stronger hand hygiene commitment. And disappointment in Kyiv as Zelensky leaves White House empty-handed. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page and live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie, and apologies for starting the news slightly late. Education Minister Douglas Siagalima has reaffirmed his ministry's commitment to resolving the long-standing issue of teacher upgrades across the country. Mr. Siagalima has described the issue as his ministry's priority that has been neglected for years. Speaking to dozens of head teachers and their deputies at Kansenshi Secondary School in Dola, Mr. Siagalima acknowledged the massive backlog in teacher upgrades and stressed that his ministry is working tirelessly to address it. The minister revealed that the ministry's ICT department is developing a strategic framework aimed at streamlining and standardizing teacher upgrades. He stressed that the government intends to be methodical and strategic in resolving the issue, which has caused frustration among educators for far too long. Mr. Siagalima also reiterated the importance of teachers in national development, and the minister encouraged teachers on the Copper Belt to register and participate in the upcoming Kopala Marathon scheduled for December 16th in Kitwe. The event, organized in collaboration with Tour Sport Entertainment, is designed to promote wellness and foster unity among teachers. Copperbelt Provincial Education Officer Dr. Kasune Zulu reiterated the province's commitments to supporting teachers, noting that the office has adopted an open door policy to encourage dialogue and collaboration. Dr. Zulu has said that his office has resolved to treat all teachers equally and that issues of promotions and upgrades will be done fairly and equally. He also said his office is working hard to ensure that the 6th December marathon is a success. Meanwhile, Ndola District Education Board Secretary Mr. Wilfred Chilala expressed gratitude to the minister for engaging directly with educators, saying Ndola has adequately prepared learners for the end of year examinations. And Tour Sport Entertainment Executive Director Joseph Maupo announced that the marathon will be held under the theme My Teacher, My Pride. 3 passengers died on the spot in a road traffic accident that occurred yesterday around 20 hours near Chikubula Primary School along the Great North Road, about 20 kilometers west of Serenge town. The accident involved a stationary foul truck and trailer, registration numbers T301DSZ and T279DBV, driven by an unknown driver reported to be a Tanzanian national, and an unregistered Toyota Spatial IT number 2223 carrying 3 male passengers. Preliminary investigations indicate that the accident occurred when the driver of the Toyota Spatial lost control due to excessive speed and rammed into a stationary foul truck and trailer, which had a mechanical fault. Deputy Public Relations Officer for Police Godfrey Chilabi says all 3 passengers died on the spot, while the driver sustained serious injuries and was rushed to Serenge District Hospital, where he is currently admitted. He says the Toyota Spatial was extensively damaged, while the foul truck had damage to its rear section.
3 passengers died on the spot, while the driver sustained serious injuries and was rushed to Serenge District Hospital, where he is currently admitted. The Toyota Spatial was extensively damaged, while the fourth truck had damage to its rear section. The bodies of the deceased are lying in Serenge District Hospital mortuary, awaiting identification and post-mortem. In a separate incident, police in Mansa have apprehended 2 male suspects identified as Kennedy Kapamba, aged 22, and Goodson Sikanyika, aged 29, both of Musenga Site and Service, in connection with a suspected murder case.
Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Engineer Joe Kalusa has reaffirmed the importance of hand hygiene as a central pillar of public health efforts in 2020. Mr. Kalusa underscored the need for innovative and practical strategies to encourage regular hand washing with soap, especially during critical moments when the risk of disease transmission is heightened. The permanent secretary highlighted that effective hand hygiene promotion requires not only public awareness but also the provision of protective infrastructure and accessible hygiene facilities. He called for a collaborative approach, urging sports institutions, schools, financial organizations, private companies, civil society groups, and other stakeholders to intensify efforts aimed at expanding access to clean water and embedding hand washing into everyday cultural practices. Mr. Kalusa recognized the role of individuals and communities in championing hygiene, describing regular hand washing as an act of protection for oneself, for loved ones, and for the nation.
And sanitation, we continue to implement programs and interventions designed to improve water supply, sanitation, and hygiene across both rural and urban areas. These efforts are part of our broader goal to enhance the well-being of our citizens by ensuring universal access to clean and safe water services.
This came to light during the Global Hand Washing Day and launched by Hand Hygiene Roadmap in Lusaka. The 2025 Global Hand Washing Day was held under the theme Be a Hand Washing Hero. Meanwhile, Center for Infectious Disease Research in Zambia SIDA's head of social and behavioral science, Jenala Chipungu, explained the importance of hand hygiene, particularly hand washing with soap and water, as a key public health intervention to reduce disease such as diarrhea, acute respiratory infections, and healthcare associated infections.
Policy and standards that must be in place, strategy and guidelines. You need financial resources, human resource capacity, coordination mechanisms, supply chain, monitoring, evaluation, and behavior change programs. So the systems are the things that we really need to work on to ensure that preconditions are in place so that the actual behavior can take place. So the thinking as to how we can implement hand hygiene.
The Ministry of Community Development and Social Services, through the Department of Child Development, has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening child protection systems and preventing children from being drawn into crime, exploitation, or street life. Speaking during the Child Justice Week 2025 sensitization soccer tournament organized by the Child Justice Forum, Kumbi, Director of Child Development, Mr. Joshua Kamanya, in a speech read on his behalf by Chief Child Development Officer, said the ministry is in the process of transforming Chikumbi Children's Home for Safety into a national center of excellence for child welfare and development. He stated that the center will serve as model for child protection and safeguarding, providing training, research, and practical demonstrations of effective child welfare interventions in line with the Children's Code Act number 12 of 2022. He noted that Child Justice Week is a national movement that promotes children's rights, mobilizes communities to safeguard children, and strengthens protection systems. Prevention, he emphasized, is the cornerstone of ensuring that children are not drawn into crime or exploitation, and communities must work together to provide access to education, mentorship, and safe shelter. And in foreign news, one word strikes out of in the Ukrainian leader's description of his latest high-stakes foray into the nerve center of American power. His White House conversation with President Donald Trump, Volodymyr Zelensky wrote on X, was pointed. We don't need to parse his semantic description of the exchange to know that this was not the meeting that the Ukrainian side had been expecting. If the old British adage holds or true rather, that a week is a long time in politics, then Zelensky appears to have set a new record. And in sports news, Nottingham Forest head coach Ang Postecoglou was sacked just 17 minutes after the side's 3-0 defeat by Chelsea at the City Ground on Saturday. The Australian's dismissal 39 days after his appointment on 9 September means Postecoglou's stint at Forest is the shortest permanent managerial reign in Premier League history. The former Tottenham boss failed to win any of his 8 matches in charge of Forest, with 2 draws and 6 defeats across all competitions. And that item brings us to the end of the news. But as we go, here's a recap of the stories that made headlines. Education Minister vows to resolve long-standing teacher upgrade issues. PS insiders expect call for stronger hand hygiene commitment. And finally, disappointment in Kyiv as Zelensky leaves White House empty-handed. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew at the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the evening.